What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we ain't telling no story, we're going to touch on the topic today. And we're going to discuss how I changed my life at the prison. Now, I can't really say I changed my life while I was in prison, because the fact of the matter is I was going hard, balls to the wall, all the way to the door. Never went on ice, functioned my whole way home. And every war that was on my location, I was in it. So no, I would not say I changed while I was in prison. But what I will say is this. The whole time I was in there, the big brothers, the good brothers, was encouraging me to take up a trade and have some know-how about myself when I get out of this situation so that I don't come back to prison. Big brothers definitely did that. The thing about the good brothers, they do not preach violence. Everything is about positivity and being a man to your community, a father to your children, husband to your wife, things like that. The only way you can do these things is to be able to feed your family. Because other than that, you're just going to be a statistic out there. Contribute to the recidivism rate, going back in and out of prison. So therefore, you got to take up some type of trade. So when the brothers told me that, that never left my mind. They told me that when I was young, but that never left my mind. Because ultimately, I knew for a fact I did not want to come back to prison under no circumstances. No matter what nobody tell you, it's slavery. Shit, 13th Amendment says slavery will not exist in this country unless you have been duly convicted of a crime. So would that make you a slave? But anyway, so when I was released, I knew I had to do something. But I couldn't figure it out in the very beginning. I was bouncing around from job to job, doing little odd jobs, but didn't really have a home as far as what type of field I was working in. I'd be doing home improvement one week, cutting grass, painting houses. I was all over the place really trying to find somewhere where I fit in. Until one day, I was fucking around with my homeboy. Now, my homeboy, he an entrepreneur. When I got out of prison, he had already got on his feet and opened up a business. The man got his own car wash and he sell cars. He got a dealer's license. One day he had came, picked me up, gave me a couple of dollars, and we was in his car just sitting there talking about life and shit, right? My dad, he was explaining to me like, boy, look, know you got fucked up ass records. Know your record fucked up. But won't you go ahead on and go to trade school for tractor trailer trucks and work on them trucks, man? Cause they ain't really worried about your record. All they want to know is you can turn a wrench or not. Know you ain't a people person. Know you got an attitude problem. You gonna be working in the back. You ain't got to deal with no customers. And you can come straight out of school making 20 some odd dollars an hour out the door. Then I used to be worried because when I was in high school, I got this tattoo on my face. So I used to be like, man, you know, a lot of interviews, certain jobs be looking at that. But then he told me, they don't care what you got tattooed on you, as long as you know how to work on them trucks. And that never left my mind. I took that and ran with that. The very next day, I went and enrolled in North American Trade School up by Security Square Mall for diesel technology, working on diesel engines, whether it be in a tractor trailer, a ship, or a train, whatever has a diesel engine in it. So I went and did that, completed the class, got certified as a diesel technician. And now I got something attached to my name. I ain't just Dutch the Damon no more. I'm also Dutch the Diesel Technician / Transmission Specialist. Yeah, got to put a handle on it now. And that was the best thing I ever done, was going to that trade school. Because no matter what, I'm certified for life. And the class only took me a year. 1 year to be certified for life. I just wish I would have knew that before I went to prison. But in reality, my mind wasn't developed enough to even process that type of information at that time. Yeah, now I know how to make a living on my own, how to go out and make a dollar. I got my own hustle. And now you can put me anywhere on earth where there's trucks and I can make a living. So that's how I changed my life, just wanting more for myself and knowing that I don't want to go backwards. Giving myself a chance, not throwing rocks at the penitentiary when I got out, and staying on track and not backsliding, not falling victim to peer pressure. That's all you really got to do. And you too can inject yourself into society and be a normal citizen like everybody else and get to this money without having to duck police and look over your shoulder. Nobody should have to live like that just for a couple of hours. So I'd rather the young niggas that's watching my channel every day to listen to my stories and know what I went through and use me as an example what not to do with your youth. But it's a flip side to it too, because I'm also showing you what to do if you was put in a situation in life like I was and had to go to prison when you was young. I'm showing you what to do when you get out so that you never had to go back. So when you listen to my stories, listen with that in mind. I ain't out here doing none of that shit no more I'm talking about in my videos. You got to know that that was my past. We that's going down memory lane. for the simple fact my life a movie.